Now, when philosophy got started, Thales was really worried about where did the universe come from? What was the cause of the universe? What was the nature of the universe, the material nature of the universe? And his answer was that there was certain kind of matter there. There was stuff there. So reality mounted to the physical stuff that was there. Well, along came a philosopher called Heraclitus, who sort of changed the thinking a little bit. Because Heraclitus pointed out, well, gee, Thales tells us that he's explaining what's going on in the universe, that there's this matter, and we're going to see what his theory is, what everything is made of. I'll let you know, one word, water. He says, but wait a second, everything is changing. If you look around, everything is in a state of what you might call flux, change. So along comes Heraclitus, and we'll go at his view in some detail, saying those guys were wrong, but the real reality is to be found in change. That is, change is the only thing that's real. Everything else can't be real. Why? Because it's not permanent. It's always changing. So it's still the physical stuff that's the nature of the universe, but it's the fact that everything's changing, and it's changing in an orderly fashion, allowing for science to study things like that. Well, along comes Parmenides, and it's claimed Parmenides was the student of Xenophanes, and Parmenides comes along and he thinks that all of these guys are wrong. He thinks, and he gives an argument to show that change is impossible. So up till now they were worried about observations, and we'll see how that works. All of a sudden Parmenides says, wait a second, let me reason about this thing. That's perhaps why he's called the student of Xenophanes, because Xenophanes, remember, he was worried about knowledge and what you had reason for. Well, Parmenides thought he could prove that change was impossible, nothing ever changes, and he ends up thinking, and notice he's able to do this without observing any. He claims to have an argument that you just kind of like a mathematical proof. You can think about it. Change is impossible. Everything that you see in the world is all not real. And along comes his student and lover, Zeno. And I should have mentioned that, Heraclitus was, from the Greek colony, not too far from where philosophy got started in Miletus, but again, he's in Turkey. Parmenides was from Italy. By the way, these guys, it seems, traveled around a little bit, because at least when we get up to Parmenides, we see that he's mentioned in Plato's dialogues. It's mentioned that he came to Athens at one point. But Parmenides and Zeno were from Italy, and Zeno, defending the position, as crazy as it might have seemed, that everything that we see is not real, but we can only think about what's real. And he comes up with these paradoxes supporting his teacher Parmenides. He comes up with proofs that motion is impossible, space is impossible, and time is impossible. So that's how metaphysics has now moved off into kind of a strange situation, telling you your senses, everything you believe based on the way things see, feel, based on observation, is all wrong. And I got to tell you, these two men, Parmenides and Zeno, were very persuasive, and the entire Greek world, the entire intellectual world, did not know how to respond to them.